Hey y'all, it's DD here, because Jeremy couldn't be asked to find a third guest. Now back to the show. World Cup 47 was our final scoregami of the 40s. Glamez was cycle 54. Bears Arms' 14-goal games were from World Cups 55 and 56. Did cycles 50 to 53 give us any scoregami? It appears they did. A Criterion World Cup gets us an opening matchday scoregami once again, with Vefral thrashing Enon by 9 goals to 2. Later on in that same tournament, Sarzonia scored 10 away from home. Yes, Arosa, 10. I'm not finding you on Discord. Dretskavoshia and Andrew Boy are both rightly enthralled by their 6-all draw, halfway through World Cup 51's qualifying period. Days later, the Holy Empire and Cat Meowland join them in the 12-goal games column, with a fantastic 8-4 result. Not counting World Cups 1 to 4, the Holy Empire are the first team to be on the winning side of 2 scoregami wins. There are no scoregami in World Cup 52, before Della Clava get a record-breaking win over Masulia. A 12-goal winning margin. This record will be equaled, but, as we know, it will never be broken. In the tournaments between cycles 30 and 56, we achieved 17 scoregami. Before that, from World Cups 4 to 29, we only got 13. This shouldn't happen. Records like this should be harder to break as we move forward through time, yet this period seems to be the most fertile in scoregami history. So how fertile is the Earth in the following years? How many more scoregami can the World Cup give us, between World Cup 56 and World Cup 84? How many more can we get before we arrive to the present day? 2. There are 2 reasons why this new scoregami chart is better than the old one. 1, it's prettier. 2, as well as following the bars towards each number along the top and left, we could travel vertically upwards from the top edge of the field to find the total amount of goals in that game. A look at the scoregami chart at World Cup 60 shows us that every possible 11-goal game has been done. 7-4, highlighted here, was done in World Cup 36. Coverage of Demot's victory over Western Afghanistan ended up on the cutting room floor for Chapter 2.2. Apologies to both teams. To make up for it, look at this. In the 12s column, we're missing 1, 9-3. Polar Island States' 9-3 win over Backyard Sports in qualifying of World Cup 61 means that, of the Idiot Project's 3 narrators, only 1 has never gotten a scoregami. Well, that's true, but we did beat Polar Island State 7-4 that one time. Anyway, the result fills in our final spot in the 12th column. To even have a chance at scoregami now, a game needs to have at least 13 goals. 1 strike every 8 minutes. This will happen exactly once. Fortunately for us, it involves one of the greatest, and most underappreciated, World Cup teams of all time. Slotin Beverborg Sečesky graduated from the class of Baptism of Fire 53, alongside future Hall of Famers San Jose Gayabal, eventual Baptism of Fire winners Welsh Cowboy, and the famous Eviscerate Tomatoes. What do you mean you've never heard of Eviscerate Tomatoes? They were a team of sentient vegetables. The Baptism of Fire was their first major tournament in over 50 cycles. They'd endured a tumultuous rivalry with Snubnose 38 back in World Cups 8 and 9. In one game, several of their players were splatted. Yes, splatted. It's a vocational hazard when you're a vegetable. Man, the early World Cups were so weird. So many strange teams. I mean, here's a team called the Ouija's. I'm sure they'll never do anything of importance in the future. Back to Slotin Beverborg Sečesky. Why are they so special? They never qualified for the World Cup. They had no silverware to speak of. They were here for 3 cycles, and then they went back to the Diacritics factory from whence they came. In a quarter of their 40 World Cup games, they were beaten by 3 or more goals. They had a win ratio of 37.5%. Their kit looked like this. Why are they special? 2 words. William Čalrek. Čalrek was a club legend at Nefara's Maximum City, now known as Stalberg City. Partly for his goal-scoring prowess, partly for his temper, partly for his appetite for violence. Quite a large appetite. He left Maximum City at the age of 36 and did what about 3,000 other players did around that time. He moved to a team in Samarland. Even at 39, he was still sought after, spending a final season at Diamare Zakroni in Kitahino. Čalrek was a key player in the Czeskian national team. You know how a player's a key player? If their coach holds a press conference when they get injured. You know how they're really important? If they hold 2 press conferences. You know you can tell if a player is really, really important? It's if they get to record and publish their own podcasts during a major tournament. The website that hosted the podcast, Pico Song, closed down during the making of this video. We downloaded it just in time.
Good day, this is William Čalrek. I provide another podcast for much entertainment for everybody. I first want to address somebody from our group, the Licentian Isles. A certain player on the other team, Alex. Hey, shut up! Nobody cares what you want to say. Nobody cares. Everybody wants to listen to me. William Čalrek provides the voice of opinion, the voice of the people. You don't provide nothing. All you say is you say that I have no clue what I'm doing. You say that I am wanker. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. You have no idea what you are talking about. You have no right to be saying that to me. I am William Čalrek. I am a accomplished national team player. You are a nobody. Nobody. You need to stop talking because nobody cares what you have to say. Now shut up and go home. On a more violent note, we lost today to Super Lamaland. What kind of a name is that? Super Lamaland. It's like made by 4-year-old. What is this? What is this? Lamaland. What is llama? I do not even know. What is llama? Is that like animal? I do not know. I guess llama. Why spell 2 L's? Yeah? Just use Polish thing. Put little dash through L. Make much simple. Oh. You don't have to say, Lamaland. It does not make any sense. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And Super Lamaland. What do you make it sound like? You make it sound like children's game. You know, like, you put it in front of Karakat. You know, Super Karakat. Yeah, that's for children. Yeah, I watched that show when I was a young boy. Not something for a nation. For an entire national team? For an entire nation to be named Super Lamaland? What kind of a name is that? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ay. This is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot have a respectful nation. Respectful name. Slotin Beverborg Sečesky. That is a name. That is a name that you need diacritics for because it is a cultured name. It is a complicated name and it represents the spirit of the Czech, the Swedish and the Danish people. I wish it didn't represent the Danes, but whatever, it does. Regardless, what you need to look at is that Super Lamaland has no right to be playing on the international stage. They have no team that is worthy. I just like, stink eye, right? And he falls down on the ground like I hit him with laser beam or something. This is ridiculous. And the referee's like, oh, that's a foul on William Charlock. Oh, shut up. I looked at him, okay? If he's such a wimp, he cannot stand. I look at him. Okay, this is what happens on someone else. People do sideburns. Oh, never mind. I don't give a crap. Not moving on to that one. Yeah. Oh, one more point. Super Llama Land. Well, I suppose that I have to end on a rather worse note. I will be retiring after this cycle. It has been determined by my doctors, by myself, by my family that I'm sick, apparently. I have, what do they call it? How do you say it in English? Yes, STD. It's apparently, I'm sorry, but I like having, the bang, not my problem, okay? Not my problem, it's the ladies, okay? It's their job, right? Yeah, so, not my problem, but apparently they say, like, I'll die. So, yeah, there's the disease kicking in, yeah. Apologies, but I'm about to die apparently, so I have to leave. But I can still play a couple more games, win Cup of Family, I can still do that, maybe not quite, but we'll see, we will see. Very good. Regardless, I thank you for your support, most of you. Wish the Danish people would just go away, but regardless, William Charlock signing off.